Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrap here. And we are going to be moving on here to game 3 of eSTRO versus WoongJin Stars. And this is going to be a pretty good game too, I think, actually. And I gotta apologize in advance that my voice is going out a little bit, it seems to be, from all my emphatic yelling at the last couple games there, mostly the last game. But also, it has to do with, like I said before, the fact that my job now is to talk all day. I have to say the same spiel to people over and over and over again. I forgot to go back and mention, the only other thing I wanted to mention about the job was that it's completely mind-numbing. Well, no, actually, you know what? It's not mind-numbing, it's soul-numbing, because I feel like a jerk all the time calling people that don't want to talk to me and interrupting them and being like, hi, let's talk about stuff that you don't want to talk about. But I mean, it is a thing. It's like a political thing, and I'm calling like union members and like from their union. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to make a deal of it. But yeah, so a lot of people are actually happy to have me call and tell them about what I'm supposed to tell them about. So that's the only reason I can stand it is because most of the people are okay with me calling them. So it's not just like cold calling or anything like that. But it still sucks to have to bug people all the time. And anyway, so yes, so I say the same spiel to everyone that answers the phone over and over again, and it's kind of funny because I'm using my commentating skills, because I'm used to talking all the time, and so I don't know. I guess it goes over because I can talk good, and that was a good example, by the way. No, but I mean, it's just kind of ironic that I have this crappy job where I'm ridiculously qualified before it, because I've got a ton of customer service experience. I've worked in restaurants and stuff, and I've been like talking as a hobby for like a couple years now. So I'm putting it to good use. But it was just a temp job, and a monkey could do it, so it's not like I had to apply and be like, oh yeah, I do commentaries, and they're like, oh wow, commentary is sweet, we'll give you a job. No, it's just like the temp agency called me and they're like, yeah, you have a master's degree, so we'll give you any job that you want, but there's only this crappy job, you want it? And I'm like, well, I need the money, so sure. Anyway, we got an early pool. I missed if it was 9 or over pool. The fact that the Zerglings are out before the Overlord means it might be 9 pool, I think. Also, the fact that we're seeing cannons being put down before the Nexus also means 9 pool. So it looks like we got 9 pool and into expansion. I should have mentioned, by the way, at the beginning of this game, I keep forgetting to mention who is playing at the beginning of the game. This is Gosi flying versus MenSol 0, and it should be an interesting match, is what I said at the beginning, and the reason why I said it is because I wonder who that is. They keep showing that person. I should know, I think. Anyway, yeah, Zero, like I said, one of my favorite players. He's also a very, very creative player. And Rise can't make fun of me for saying that because he really is one of the most creative players in the game right now. And he's against Gosi flying, and Gosi is his name. Flying is clan, I believe. I think. Yeah, I think so. No, it's hard to tell. I'm not sure. Anyway, because we've got Gosi Terran, and I don't know if he named himself after Gosi flying, or if that just means that Gosi is the tag. But I thought Gosi was the name. Anyway, I'm gonna just call him Gosi. But anyways, Gosi is kind of like this up and coming Protoss player. He's been doing pretty well lately. I think he had like some minor fame when I think he got like a 4-0, or he got 4 wins and all kill in one of the STX Masters Cup games or something like that. I don't remember the details, but he's been playing decently well lately. He's gotten into a Star League recently. I think he, gosh, I should have looked up his stats before, and I apologize for that. I always get so excited about like actually casting the games when I have time to cast them that I forget to like go and do the homework necessary as well. Checking stats and stuff like that, because I'm just like, oh, roommate's not home, I have a chance to cast, I better cast before like she comes home or something, or before I don't have the chance to do it. And so I just jumped into it. But anyway, point being though, Gosi flying, he's been doing pretty well lately, and he's really been kind of making a name for himself. I don't think he's top notch just yet, but he is up and coming. Just because I saw him play, I forget who, but some Zerg player the other day, and he was pretty good. He played pretty well. But then there were also parts where he just ran his shuttle literally directly into 2 Scourge that were like on hold position or something. And he ran them directly into those Scourge. And that's the kind of stuff that's going to lose you the games in the big leagues. You know, he's really, really good, but you need to really work on those little details like that. And so we'll see, though. I mean, he's obviously got potential, and you know, if he keeps it up the way he's going, and he could be a pretty big name. But anyway, we'll see. But in the meantime, though, he's a decent Protoss player, filling in for eSTRO, who doesn't have a lot of good players in general. So you know, it's good for them to have a nice, solid Protoss player now that they can depend on to put in their lineup there. You know, they've got a couple Terrans, they've got Riley, and they've got Up Magic that they use. They've got a couple, you know, Zerg players as well. They've got Hiva. Who else? What's their other? They've got another Zerg player too. I forgot. Anyway, but yeah. So now they have a nice, solid, you know, Protoss player that they can put in there as well. Oh, Songho. That's who it was. I'm trying to think of like who was their other Protoss player that they usually put in. It's Songho. That's right. And occasionally Tester, but he's kind of sucked lately. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, oh, yeah. They have Haran. eSTRO has Haran also. And lately they've been playing a guy called Action, who's pretty good. But anyway, point being, this is a pretty good matchup because we've got like kind of an up-and-coming Protoss player for eSTRO versus a not up-and-coming, a well-established, but trying to make it like trying to make his name big Zerg player in Zero. You know, he's been doing really well. He actually got in the round of 8 or 16 in both Star Leagues last season. So that's pretty solid play. But he's really, you know, he's just trying to make that extra step and distinguish himself as one of the top players. And so, you know, both these guys basically kind of trying to prove themselves these days. By the way, also, the other person who's on eSTRO now is Rhett. Oh yeah, booyah, Rhett in Korea, baby. Rhett, a really cool guy. Really, really great StarCraft player. He recently got sent to Korea. He's a foreigner. He's from oh gosh, why do I not remember where he's from? Is he from Holland? I think he's from Holland. Yeah. So, well, maybe it says on this thing here. Anyway, but yeah, really good Zerg player, and he's just signed on at eSTRO. So awesome, and good luck to him. And I've talked to him on. I actually met him at BlizzCon. I should stop talking about other random crap here. Sorry. Gosi moving in and killing off some overlords here. He's trying to take control of the air. He's doing a pretty good job of it so far. We saw Zero send out some Scourge before. At least this time I was talking about StarCraft-related stuff and not just talking about, you know, riding bicycles or something like that. Anyway, we've got Hive going up here for Zero. Off these 3 bases. He's been able to successfully defend that 3rd base. Zerg players are getting very good lately at playing SimCity, is what I've heard it called a lot. You know, structuring your base so that your base actually provides you an advantage, and that's exactly what Zero did with that 3rd base down there. Is you know, set up his hatcheries and his evo chambers and stuff to get in the way of any attacks, so the Zealots couldn't just run in and destroy the Sunkens and destroy the base. And it's really kind of a key. Whoa! There goes the Corsair. That's one of the things I'm talking about there. You can't just lose random Corsairs like that, man. Anyway, oh, is he gonna lose another? Oh, barely kills off those Scourge in time. Looks like one may have landed on each Corsair, perhaps. It's hard to tell there. But anyway, yeah, you can see how he just bunches up his stuff and gets a bunch of crap in the way of the Sunkens to make sure that the Sunkens don't get destroyed and they can stay in the back. And then you put units in the way as well, and it's a really good defensive form there. And Zero going crazy with the spores everywhere. I guess he really was worried about that clump of Corsairs. He knew he wasn't going to be able to take it out very easily with Scourge, and he didn't want those Corsairs just to be able to run around willy-nilly and kill his overlords. And that's actually could end up being a pretty smart move, because otherwise he would have had to make a bunch of Hydras and make Hydras everywhere in order to protect against these Corsairs. And now he can just have a few spores, and they can do decent defense against those Hydra. Whoa. Needs to be careful of those Templar there. I think that's what he was thinking about, is running and sniping those Templar with his Zerglings there. But anyway, because he hasn't built a bunch of... all he's basically built is a few units, some Zerglings, and some Scourge. And because he didn't have to build a bunch of Hydra